So let's prepare a list of the topics जो नाटा 2 में आपको अभी आने वाले हैं, उसका जस्ट एक लिस्ट प्रिपेयर कर लेते हैं एंड देन वी विल चेक कि उसमें से क्या क्या हुआ है और मेजर क्या क्या करना है, ये भी हम अभी देख लेंगे उसमें. ठीक है. सो we all have to have a basic idea of architecture as a stream. So we can say that introduction to architecture, then this is about architectural aptitude. We have to prepare a checklist as such, that what topics we have already prepared and what needs to be covered in that, how we can further go ahead with the quick revision of those topics, right? So we have covered introduction of architecture. We have also seen as to what is orthographic projections. Orthographic projections we have covered. Hopefully you are well versed with it, all of you. Okay. Hope I am audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So all the various things which are related to these drawings are related to orthographic projections only, where either the view will be provided and the question will be about making a guess of the front elevation, side elevations, or the top view of it, or the plan of it, or other way around. Some elevation or the front view could be provided, or maybe the side view could be provided, and we need to guess the 3D form of it, right? So questions related to orthographic projections we have already covered. We have to prepare it from the past year question papers now, because more practice you will do in this respect, more you can attempt the variety of questions, and the questions ranging from the simple questions to the hardest ones you can attempt, and you will be prepared for all the variety of questions only when you practice these questions on your own. And wherever you have any doubt, you can anytime put the question in the group, and then we can discuss about it. We can find out a solution. No issue in that. Related to this orthographic projection only, we can expect various questions like surface counting, edge counting, right? Counting of vertex or vertices, then identifying the hidden surfaces, right? Or identifying the oblique surfaces is sometimes asked. Oblique surfaces means those which are not straight, all those surfaces which are in a slant manner. You need to identify all the oblique surfaces in a given figure. So that also is expected in this. ऑर्थोग्राफिक प्रोजेक्शन के बाद में हमको कुछ क्वेश्चंस जो अटेम्प्ट करने हैं वो मिरर इमेज or water image, or the same is also asked in terms of reflection in water, right? All these will be covered in the same aptitude, architectural aptitude, because this is somewhere related to drawing. उसके बाद we need to prepare texture and material, right? This texture and material, in this we need to study mainly about the building materials, various types of building materials. Like we have seen that starting from brick, concrete, right? Then you have wood, steel, glass, stone. What else? These are the major building materials. Cement, sand, right? These are the building materials about which we need to have a basic idea, and also about their properties and what are the places where these building materials are used mostly. Like if the question is about brick, then we should have the basic idea about the size of the brick and how the bricks are joined together, and further how the brick walls are prepared, what are various thicknesses of brick walls possible, and what is the minimum thickness possible. What is the minimum thickness possible? Do you have an idea for a brick wall? Yes, anyone? The minimum thickness possible for a brick wall? Brick walls are in multiples of the sizes of a brick. We have had a discussion, we had a class on it elaboratively, right? So just rewind and revise all those things, and still if you have any doubts, you just prepare the list of the doubts. You can come up with your doubts. You can after every class, by the end of the class, we can consider that doubt clearing session, and quickly we can clarify all those doubts. So basically about the knowledge of all the building materials and their properties, and the place where these building materials are mostly used, and what are the sizes related to that. For example, if it is for a wall, any material is for a wall, then the wall sizes. If some material is let's say to be used for say just like glass we use it for window panels and doors and partitions. So one must have an idea about the sizes of the glass and those things, right? So related to building materials and texture is all about the surface quality. So based on the texture, lots of questions are there in the previous year's question papers and also in the mock test. So we need to have an idea of that. Then about Indian architects. All the major figures, we need to have an idea about the name of the architect, his major works, and also little bit about the biography. For example, if the architect has he has won some prestigious award, then we must have an idea of that, right? So in the list of the famous Indian architects, we have already seen. Can you name few such famous Indian architects? Yes, I'm looking forward to your response. Some famous Indian architects. We have already gone through, taken some PowerPoints through which we have understood as to who are the maestro architects of our country. Balkrishna Doshi, yes. B.V. Doshi, yes. Very good. Go on. B.V. Doshi. और बताओ. B.V. Doshi. Charles Correa. Charles Correa is an Indian architect. Right? There was a question in previous year's papers that who amongst the following architects is not an Indian architect, right? In that there were of course the four names would be there. अब उसमें चार्ल्स कोरिया का नाम भी है तो हम क्या कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे कि चार्ल्स कोरिया द नेम itself looks like that this is the architect is not from Indian origin, right? So just remember that Charles Korea also is an Indian architect. Then Anant Raje and Laurie Baker. लॉरी बेकर भी तो आपको बताया है ना, पावर पॉइंट्स हमने उनके देखे हैं. लॉरी बेकर इज फेमस एज व्हाट? Brick man of India. He's famous for brick work. He is famous for brick work and jalis, and also for construction which is cost effective, and in fact constructing houses for poor and those who can't afford. For them, he built lot of. He took lot of efforts and he built the houses which are affordable houses. And till today also we always recognize his work, and his foundation is there in the name of Laurie Baker Foundation, LBC. Laurie Baker Foundation, and on behalf of his foundation the workshops are conducted in order to educate the new generation and also for the architects to learn these cost effective techniques, right? Because not everyone is in a position to afford the luxurious construction and the luxurious housing or those living spaces, isn't it? So someone has to take responsibility of a social work also, social obligation also. So this architect is famous for that. Who are the other architects? Like to name the female architects, we have Anupama Kundu. Write down everything which I am mentioning today, because this is, we can say, an overview of all the syllabus that we have to cover, and we have to prepare a checklist, and accordingly we have to prepare. We have to see that where we need to focus upon, because every individual question is important for us, which will boost up the rank. So we cannot take a chance. Anupma Kundu is from Auroville. Auroville is one of the important places where research and development activities in the field of earth construction, mud construction, and second thing is this one, ferro cement construction work, earth construction, mud construction, or ferro cement construction work. These two fields are the works on these two fields are done mostly, and R&D work also that is found there. So in Auroville, that is near Pondicherry, we have an institute called as Auroville Earth Institute. ठीक है, ऑरोविल अर्थ इंस्टीट्यूट में मड कंस्ट्रक्शन को लेके जितना भी मतलब R&D एक्टिविटीज हो रही हैं वो सब वहाँ पे होता रहा है. तो ऑरोविल अर्थ इंस्टीट्यूट, अनुपमा कुंडू फीमेल आर्किटेक्ट, बिंद्रा सोमाया, चित्रा विश्वनाथन, these are some of the famous female architects. And we got to know the works of these female architects. After this, we need to take a look at famous foreign architects and their work. जैसे ये इंडियन आर्किटेक्ट्स का हो गया, उसके बाद आपको फॉरेन आर्किटेक्ट्स के बारे में देखना पड़ेगा कि फॉरेन आर्किटेक्ट्स कौन कौन से फॉरेन आर्किटेक्ट्स के foreign architects. So to decide as to what names we should consider in a list, let's start with macro architects. Le Corbusier, Louis I. Khan, L-I-K, Louis I. Khan. Then Edwin Lutyens, Le Corbusier, Louis I. Khan, Edwin Lutyens. उसके बाद फ्रैंक लॉयड Wright, Frank Lloyd Wright, Patrick Geddes, These are all maestro architects, world famous architect, and these are celebrated forever till the world and this civilization would continue. These architects would be celebrated forever, right? So always remember these names and their works, of course. Le Corbusier has worked in India, yes or no? He has worked in India. He had, right? What are his works in India?
Villa Savoy, Sarabhai Villa.
Villa Savoy is not located in our country. We know Le Corbusier because of which project, which work?
Chandigarh.
Yes, because of Chandigarh, because the planning of whole city, Chandigarh is the first planned city. All of us know that. In India, during Nehru's time, he had a vision Nehru ji had a vision that proper planning should be done for the development of the country. So we should identify some areas, some locations, some cities where everything should be properly planned. Not only a individual house, but entire city should be properly planned. So for that they consulted Lee Corbusier, and then पॉलिटिकल बेसिस पे ये डिसाइड हुआ कि चंडीगढ़ को प्लानिंग उसकी प्लानिंग सिटी की प्लानिंग करके उसको पूरा एस्टैब्लिश करेंगे. सो दस चंडीगढ़ वाज फर्स्ट प्लान सिटी फॉर आवर